A 140-pound cane Corso named Sarge flunked out of guard dog school. He was too gentle, the trainer said. No drive, no edge, useless as a protection dog. Nobody had any use for a 140-pound guard dog that would rather be scratched than feared, so a young couple took him home for almost nothing. He took over their couch, their bed, and their entire lives. And when their first baby arrived, the failed guard dog who protected nothing appointed himself that baby's shadow. And what he did at 3 in the morning would prove every trainer who ever called him a washout completely spectacularly wrong. Malik and Brianna were a young couple, both 27, in Baltimore, Maryland. And Malik had wanted a big, serious protection dog his whole life. So when he found a 2-year-old cane Corso being sold for $400, he thought he had hit the jackpot. The dog, Sarge, had been enrolled in a 16-week protection program, and Malik pictured a fearless guardian standing watch over his home. What he got instead was 140 pounds and 27 inches of the biggest coward in the state of Maryland. Sarge was afraid of the vacuum. Sarge was afraid of thunder. When the doorbell rang, this trained guard dog ran and hid behind the couch. The trainer had been brutally honest. He washed out in week 6. He's got 0 aggression in him, 0 drive, 0 interest in scaring a soul. I can't sell a guard dog like this to anyone. Malik bought him anyway, mostly because Brianna took one look at that gentle, worried face and said, "No way are we leaving him here." Everyone told them they were crazy. You paid for a guard dog that hides from the doorbell? Malik's brother laughed for a week. I still see you're here but haven't subscribed yet. And after watching a gentle dog get thrown away for the crime of being kind, that one actually stinks. Tap subscribe. Trust me, you need to see what this dog does next. But here is the thing about Sarge. He may have failed at guarding a house, but he had a gift nobody had tested him for yet. Within a week, Sarge had claimed 2/3 of the couch and the entire foot of the bed. He drooled on everything he loved, which was everyone. He ate 28 pounds of food a week, drank 2 gallons of water a day, and leaned his full 140 pounds against anyone who stood still for more than 3 seconds, groaning like a rusty door. He greeted the mail carrier by rolling over for belly rubs. He was, by every measure the trainers used, a complete and total failure of a guard dog. And then, 2 years into his cushy retirement of couches and belly rubs, Brianna came home from the hospital holding a 7-pound baby boy named Amir, and Sarge finally found the one thing he had been built to protect all along. The change in Sarge was instant and total. The 140-pound coward who hid from thunderstorms took one look at that tiny baby and became a different animal. He would not leave Amir's side. When Brianna put the baby down for a nap, Sarge lay down beside the crib and refused to move. When Amir was in his walker rolling around the living room, Sarge shadowed him from 3 feet away, putting his enormous body between the baby and every table corner and doorway in the house. He slept on the floor under the crib every single night. If Amir so much as whimpered, Sarge was on his feet before Brianna could even sit up. The dog who ran from the doorbell now planted himself at the front door whenever a stranger knocked, standing between them and the nursery, silent and immovable in the way the trainers would not have believed. He had not been a failure. He had just been waiting for something worth guarding. And every night at almost exactly 3 in the morning, Sarge would get up, walk a slow circle through the house, check every door, and then return to his spot beneath Amir's crib. Brianna and Malik thought it was the most adorable, ridiculous thing they had ever seen. They had no idea those 3 a.m. rounds were about to save their son's life. The neighbors who had laughed at the guard dog who hid from thunder now watched him walk that baby's walker across the yard like a bodyguard. Malik's brother stopped laughing, and Amir, 8 months old, grew up believing that 140 pounds of gray cane Corso was simply part of him, a second heartbeat that was always, always there. He had no idea how right that was about to prove. Amir was 9 months old the night it happened. It was 3:10 in the morning, and Sarge did not do his usual quiet rounds. Instead, Brianna woke to the dog barking outside the nursery, then scratching at her bedroom door, then running back, frantic in a way she had never once seen from her gentle giant in 2 years. She stumbled to the nursery half asleep and annoyed, expecting nothing. Then she touched Amir and came fully, terrifyingly awake. The baby was burning up. His skin was blazing hot and dry. His little body had gone limp, and he was barely responding to her voice. There had been no cough, no cry, no warning of any kind. but Sarge had known. He had smelled it or sensed it hours before any human could, and he had refused to let them sleep through it. They made the 25-minute drive to the emergency room in 15. Amir's fever was 105 degrees, his heart racing at 180 beats a minute, and the doctors found a severe bacterial infection that had been racing through his blood, the kind that turns into sepsis and takes a baby fast if it is not caught in time. A doctor told Brianna very quietly that another few hours and they would have been having a very different conversation. The failed guard dog with no drive and no edge, the washout who hid from the doorbell, had heard a threat coming that no monitor, no doctor, and no parent could have. Amir spent 4 days in the hospital on antibiotics and came home completely fine. Malik called the trainer who had washed Sarge out of the program, not to complain, but to tell him what his useless guard dog had done. The man went quiet on the phone, and then he said, "I've been doing this 20 years, and I have never heard anything like that." The neighbors brought Sarge steaks. Malik's brother showed up and apologized to a dog. And the 140-pound cane Corso that a professional program had labeled a failure lay under Amir's crib that first night home, exactly where he had been every night and would be every night after, guarding the one thing in the world he had never needed any training to protect. The same 140-pound cane Corso the trainers called too gentle to be worth anything. The same dog that washed out in week 6 for having no aggression in him. The same washout who hid from the vacuum and ran from the doorbell. The softness they threw him away for was the exact thing that made him sit up at 3 in the morning when a baby went quiet. The gentleness that failed him in guard school was the reason a little boy is alive. He had never failed at anything. He had simply been waiting his whole life for the one job that was actually his. Today, Amir is 3 and Sarge is 6, and the two of them are a matched set. Sarge still hides from thunder, still runs from the vacuum, and still rolls over for the mail carrier, but he has not missed a single 3 a.m. round since the night Amir got sick, and he still guards that boy 24 hours a day, sleeping on the floor beside his bed every night of his life. Malik got the guard dog he always wanted, just not the one he thought he was buying. He did not rescue Sarge from that training program. A gentle giant that the experts threw away walked into their home, took over the couch, and then quietly, without a single lesson, became the best protector their family will ever have. Some dogs do not need to be trained to protect you. Sometimes the very thing the world rejects them for is the exact gift the right person needs most. So tell me, did Sarge fail guard school, or did he pass the only test that ever mattered? Drop your answer in the comments. And if a dog that everyone gave up on ever turned out to be the hero of your family, share their story below.